Hey guys, this is Mike Cornell. I wanted to bring on a past mentorship student, Sanary. Actually, she is definitely my best student so far. So I wanted to bring her on here and just ask her a couple questions so you guys can see, you know, how she did and just get her experience of this whole thing. So thank you for coming on today, Sanary.
Thanks for having me, Mike. I'm glad to be here and let's have fun today.
Yeah, totally, totally. So let's just get right into it. Where were you at before we started the mentorship?
So I was making about 4,000, like 3,000 to 4,000 a month.
Hmm.
And then after the mentorship, that jumped up incredibly.
Substantially.
The first month after a mentorship, I made about 8K. So I had already
Mm,
doubled what I was making before we started.
wow. So in 2 weeks you made four. So hold on. So let's rewind.
Yeah.
When you first came, um, you were making 3 to 4 thousand a month, and you were, by the way, you did buy my course too, so you got that.
Mhm. Yeah.
Um, so, and then when you got on, you started making what? So you made 4,000. So let's rewind that really quick.
Mhm. So 4,000 a month. So I guess that's about 1,000 a week. And
Yeah,
then after the mentorship with you, it would be about 2,000 a week.
yeah,
So just pretty much doubled everything right away,
right
right off
away.
the bat.
And that's okay. So the first month you did 2,000 a week. Yeah, you did 2,000 a week.
Yeah.
And um, yeah, I mean, you were great from the get-go. You did everything and more. And that was just a really true test of your character. Anything you do, you will be successful. I guarantee it. Um, so you started at about $1,000 per week, and then after the first month of mentorship, you started averaging
Mhm.
$2,000 right off the bat. Now,
Yeah.
let me ask you a question. Was it hard? Like when we first started, like from your experience, was it hard to get to 2,000 a week just based on the things that I told you to do?
No, it was so easy. Literally the first day. The first
Wow.
day, and that happened with your course too.
Okay.
Just to give everyone else a background and where like just I started before my mentorship with Mike, I took his course.
Hmm.
And before his course, I was making nothing. I wasn't making any money at all, actually.
Right.
So after I took his course, and this wasn't the mentorship, it was just his recorded videos.
Yep.
Like the first day, I already made money from that. And then again,
Awesome.
once I started Mike's mentorship, like a couple, I think it was like 6, 7 months after I took your course, Mike.
Yeah.
Um, I just took everything that from your first call that I had
Hmm.
with you, and I took action, and
Quick.
all I did was
Yeah.
follow exactly what you told me to do,
Yeah.
and I was already making money like my first day again
I
after
think I
doing
remember. I think I remember like your first day. You made like I want to say like $600 or something
it.
by the
Was
next
it
day.
for
I,
with the mentorship with you?
yeah, with the mentorship. I don't know.
No,
Was am I
I think
wrong?
it was like 1,000.
Was it okay? Yeah,
I
I
think it
know
was
you.
insane. Yeah.
Yeah, 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 yeah. Because
Yeah.
I knew you were doing it from the start, and I was like, holy moly, this girl's quick. So
Well, it was just
that's cool.
the information that you provided. It
Mhm.
literally was just like, do this, do this, do this, do this, do this, and it was
Yeah.
almost mind blowing to me, like the information that you were providing, because
Mm.
there were steps that I would have never known to do on my own at all.
Mm.
And so for to have you be like, okay, do this, this, and this, and
Yeah.
then to see the results after I did that, it was huge.
Yeah. 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 That's great. Yeah, and that's a really special thing, when you're getting a mentor, whenever you have somebody that can tell you from the beginning when you come upon an obstacle, they can tell you how to get around it, because You know, a lot of times, just especially in business in general, it's like whenever you come upon an obstacle, like for a guy that's been or a girl that's been doing it for a long time, it's like they see that and they're like, oh yeah, just do this and just, you know what I'm saying? Just
Mhm.
like you could easily they know how to get around it quick. And that is the good thing about mentorship is somebody may think it's a big problem, but to maybe somebody that's been doing it for a while, it seems like very small and almost part of the process.
Right.
So that's really a lot, and that's a lot of people will quit this business and any other business really if they don't have that specific like training to get around certain obstacles.
Mhm.
So so uh where are you now? Like I know that you had while we were doing our mentorship, you know, you were doing 3K weeks, 4K weeks, 5K weeks.
Mhm.
Like, can you go over where you are now? Because I know you had recently had a mind shift change where you're like, yeah, I want to like calm it down a little bit. So let's talk about that.
Right. So when I really got into the business after Mike's mentorship, I was making like insane profits. Like Mike said, I had one week where I had made 5K.
Mhm,
And that was really exciting. I was super excited about that.
mhm.
But I did notice that I got a little bit burnt out from all of the work that I was putting into it.
Yeah,
Um, and so for me personally, at that point in time,
yeah,
I wanted to slow it down a little bit for the sake of my like mental health.
for sure.
Um, and so the cool thing about this business is
Mm,
you can produce as much results as the effort that you put into the business, and
yeah,
you have control over that. Like you can, if you wanted to make more money, you could put more work into it, and if you wanted to slow down and still be able to sustain and maintain the
mhm,
business, you could slow it down too. And I really like that I could kind of
yeah.
change that, and it was fluid relative to how I was feeling in that
It's
moment.
beautiful. No, totally true. Because
Mhm.
yeah, I went through something similar as well, where I got, and I think a lot of people in this business they end up getting burnt out because they just do so much, and it's hard not to do it because like you know you can make money sometimes, or if you're really goal driven and you're like right at 4.5K and you just
Right,
got 500 left, you're
right.
like, man, I gotta go get this thing. So um it just really depends on your personality and how to you know like balance it out. But and another thing that you bring up that was really good is like this business, if you treat your customers well, you can work really hard for 2 weeks and you can have um repeat customers, and so you're not always having to necessarily go kill today's meal. You know what I'm saying? So like you can like it's like you can repeat, you get the repeat business versus always having to close business. Now I don't ever suggest that don't stop closing new business because customers can you know sometimes they're not available or they don't repeat. So it's
Mhm.
always to keep the balance of, you know, doing enough lead generation and then also doing with your custom, doing the customer service with your customers. Now, another cool thing that I wanted to talk about with you as well is we did put virtual assistants into your business, and I wanted to get your opinion. What's been your experience like having people work for you? Like, what's been your experience with all that stuff?
Having putting the virtual assistants in place, oh my,
Yeah,
total life changer.
yeah,
Um, yeah, so just going back to the burnout, that was a lot of me putting in a lot of my own work into the
yes,
business, which is, of course we do have to hustle and grow our business, but
for sure.
was counterproductive to my personal end goal, which is
Mm,
really the freedom to generate income without burning out. And
Yeah.
so to have VAs in place that now are taking a lot of that workload off of me,
Hmm.
and I'm still able to produce results and generate really good profits. That was just probably the most valuable thing that I've gained from your mentorship, having the VAs.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's great. Yeah. Cause I mean, it's just, I mean, totally. It's a total life changer when you can, like, when you can build a team that will operate while you're traveling to another country or going, like, I remember you went on like a trip with your friends and family, a road trip,
Mhm.
and your VAs close deals while
Yeah.
you're out.
Right.
So, and like, yeah, so I think that's one of the biggest benefits from my mentorship too, honestly, is that just to be able to get that time back is such a, like, it's amazing, you know. Um personally, when I went to Colombia, I was there for like 5 months, and I remember 1 or 2 months I would barely work. And I would just like, I would go have fun, but I always knew that the business was getting done. I always knew it was getting done, and that's like one of the things that you can do. Like, you can start, I don't know, going to the gym more often. You could start a new hobby. You could go and travel. You can do a lot of things when you have people working for you. So I think that's like you have to be able to um lead. If you want, you got to develop as a leader if you want to, like, seriously have more time in your life, so that you're not hustling and burning out like crazy. And yeah, and you did it, and now you got two virtual assistants that are running your business. And yeah, and now you have more time. Is there any, like, things that you picked up now that you have more time? Are you doing anything else?
Well, the cool thing is, it actually opens up time to work on like another business, for example. And
Okay.
like for me now, I want to kind of wiggle my way in towards real estate. And
Nice.
yeah, just having the VAs in place just allows me, gives me that time and that space to pursue other ventures as
That's
well.
really nice, nice, nice. All right. She's gonna be a real estate queen next. All right, all right, all right, all right. So last question. If somebody's on the fence, what kind of advice would you give somebody that's on the fence for doing the mentorship with me?
um, I mean, you can either try and figure it out yourself.
Yeah,
And that could take you a really, really long time and a lot of waste of money and
yeah,
headaches and whatnot. Or you have someone who is experienced and has produced results for himself and has produced results for others, and you can kind of cut the line and get to where you want quicker and in a more efficient way. And so
yeah,
just going back
absolutely.
to the VAs that Mike was talking about,
Mm,
one thing that I really gained from the mentorship with Mike is, like you said, becoming a leader. And
mm,
you know if you've never had VAs before, I think that just having someone guide you on how to manage your team
yeah,
is very, very, very valuable and important. And
yeah,
yeah,
totally.
best investment that I've ever made, and I highly recommend and suggest everyone else to consider as
Yeah,
well. Yeah.
yeah. You really put in the work. So, I mean, I knew that you were going to be successful during this whole thing. And yeah, I mean, you showed it. You, you're a beast basically. And so congrats to you. You got a business that has two VAs that's running, and you're profiting, over $2,000 a week. And you get to do other things in life now. Now you can go see if you can do another business. And so congrats to you. And
Thank
thank you
you.
for coming on.
Thank you. Thank you for having me. And yeah, I know I always say this, but I'm just super, super grateful. My life has completely changed. I went from
Mm.
having nothing to really having the world in my hands.
Wow,
And that's, yeah,
that's
really, and I
amazing.
gained that
I
from your course the second I took your course, and then that
yeah,
expanded as soon as I got into your mentorship. So thank
yeah,
you.
yeah. You're welcome. You're welcome. Alrighty.
All right.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mike.
Bye
Bye.
bye.